Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back with another Withering Waves video. And yeah, we're going to be checking out the new story quest line.
You there, Abster?
What's up?
It's taking longer for Abby to react.
Hey, there's nothing to worry about. I'm just a little beat, that's all. Oh, earlier, when I was half asleep, I came up with this great idea for finding the Sentinel.
Let's hear it.
Didn't the Sentinel say they're locked up in some kind of tower in the sky? Well, how about I just fly up there and look for it? Easy as pie.
The tower is either too far to see, or it's totally covered by clouds. Otherwise, we would have seen some sign of it on the ground. In the shape you're in, are you sure you could fly that far?
Hey, come on! It won't hurt to try. The cliff at Egla Town would be a perfect launch pad.
Music itself holds no emotion. It's the heart that grants it meaning. So, dear listener, tell me, what feelings did my piece evoke in you? Wow. A very valuable insight. Thank you. That brings me closer to completing my piece. Salutations, Rover. My name is Jacona, a wandering bard. I'm glad to have met you. I was sent by Lady Carlotta to find you. As I passed that abandoned house, I suddenly felt this, well, you know, rush of inspiration that just can't be ignored. So I stopped to compose a piece. Surprise, surprise, the melody led me right to you. Well, I suppose this won't count as me getting distracted, right?
If Carlotta asked you to find me, has something happened?
Lady Carlotta told me you encountered the supposed martyred maiden, Cartathea. She dispatched search teams soon after, but there's been no sign of Cartathea since. That's why she asked me to use my forte to recreate the frequency you experienced at the time, to see if any details you might have missed become clearer.
Recreate the frequency?
Well, it's a little tricky to explain in words. Think of it like being in an immersive portrait. Can you tell me about your meeting with Cartathea? The more details, the better. Even the smallest things count. Let's see here. Tweak a few notes here. Some emotions there. Textures. That should do it. Now then, Rover. Time for you to tune in to your memories.
Tune into my memories. Does that mean I'm supposed to see the past from another perspective?
Laureate. Our tacit marks are glowing again. It appears there is a special connection between them. What is the meaning of this?
Someone used their resonance ability to help me relive this moment, but this seems unexpected.
How did you first come to notice me?
The Sentinel. Imperator's voice guided me to you.
You heard the Sentinel's voice? Then tell me, am I their resonator?
Well, Imperator called you the Lost, and Primus Fenrico claims you are the resonator for Leviathan through Nodian. But you really don't have any idea?
I've actually been searching for the answer to this question too. My memories are fragmented. I remember becoming a resonator, and the moment I was given the name Fleur-de-Lis. I also remember fighting something, but the details and the outcome of that battle are lost to me. You seem deeply concerned about the Sentinel. Tell me, why is that?
You rang? Huh? Whoa! Check it out! Our frequencies got split apart! Basically, we're sorta in that hover mode you once joked about. Nothing new to me, though.
This must be the frequency that's entangled within you. Is it some kind of echo? Yes.
I'm experiencing a similar kind of frequency split. Though there is little that remains of my resonance powers. I feel its frequency weakening. I understand why you're eager to find the Sentinel. You said you heard the Sentinel's voice. Was there anything else they said?
They spoke of being ensnared in an inverted tower suspended in the sky.
Ensnared? Does that mean behind the seals there's... I'm sure you've noticed that I was drawn here only as a frequency. My true form currently resides inside an inverted sonorosphere, suspended high in the sky. At its center stands a tower, its gate locked by 3 seals. I've sensed a voice calling out to me from behind them. Could it be the Sentinel?
Say, it's really faint, so I barely noticed earlier. Is that a Threnodian smell I'm getting from you?
The scent of a Threnodian. You can perceive the Threnodian.
It's not an exact one-to-one with that big Ovathraxula meatball I had. But I never mix up a flavor I've already tasted.
Abby has a nose for these sort of things. We came across Threnodian powers before in Jinzhou. So it's safe to say Abby can be trusted.
Do you think I'm the Threnodian's resonator?
If we're making assumptions, let's err on the optimistic side first. Given your current situation, it is possible you were affected by the Threnodian's powers during your battle alongside Imperator. That could be the reason behind losing all your power, too.
I take it this theory would benefit you as well. After all, that unique echo of yours needs the Sentinel's powers for treatment, does it not? Even in adventure tales, it's not always the witch who loses her memory. It could also be a blessed maiden, trying to regain her powers. In that case, it appears we share the same goal of finding the Sentinel. Spending so much time alone in the sonorosphere gave me plenty of time to consider countless possibilities. I've braced myself for whatever may come until I find the answers I'm seeking.
I want to know what's going on with Imperator in that tower. And I want to speak with you in person. How can I reach your sonorosphere?
A part of the sonorosphere is actually on land, though its outer perimeter is surrounded by a barrier. I cannot leave, and no one can enter. I'm afraid that won't do. That barrier also acts as the power source that maintains the sonorosphere's integrity. If it's destroyed, the entire sphere will collapse. And the ruins, along with the tacit discords it houses, would come crashing down on Raguna. It would be catastrophic.
You said no one can get in. Has anyone tried?
Yes. I've occasionally sensed someone wandering outside the barrier, as if searching for a way inside. Perhaps they know something.
Any distinguishing features?
Almost like a deep-sea jellyfish. I wasn't able to get a clear look. I can only describe the feeling I got from her as a resonator. It would seem this resonance ability can only last for so long.
I'll look for a way to find this person you mentioned.
Something tells me you will keep your promise. No matter the outcome, this may be my chance to find the answers I've been looking for.
Rover? Rover? Oh, thank goodness. You're finally awake. How are you feeling? Any headache, tingling feet, upset stomach? Phew. I tried everything, but you just wouldn't wake up. I thought you were... Wait a second. Did you actually fall asleep listening to my music? Oh. It kind of breaks my heart to know you reacted like that when it wasn't even a lullaby.
No, it was really helpful.
Helpful for your sleeping troubles, hmm? Wow. So my forte created a special connection that led to some unexpected developments. The girl, is she friend or foe? What truths lie behind the seal, and who is that mysterious wandering figure? I have a feeling this is going to be a very exciting song. I'll pass this information on to Lady Carlotta. So, what do you plan to do next?
Pardon the intrusion, my lady. My name is Sebastian. As per milady's instructions, I have been entrusted with the honor of inviting you to the Phasalia estate for a discussion.
The Phasalia family? The one that's likely worshipping the Threnodian? Why does she want to talk with me?
Milady has expressed a desire to clear up some unfortunate misunderstandings that occurred previously.
Tell her I accept the invitation, but at a later time.
I will convey your message to Milady.
Didn't expect the head of the Phasalia family to come looking for you. Especially while they're still in the middle of negotiations with Lady Carlotta. She's just as unpredictable as the rumors say. I suppose you would want to know more about her before taking up her invitation, hmm? She's known to be a recluse, and rarely makes public appearances. No one outside the family even knows her real name. They just call her the head of the Phasalia family. I've heard quite a few rumors. Which one would you like to hear first? I have Shadow of the Ancient, Lady Bane, or maybe Entangler of Hearts. Hello, that's why they're called rumors. I'm just doing my due diligence by being faithful to the source material. So, ready to dive right in? Well, long story short, the Phasalia family was one of the first to set foot on these islands and establish order in Renacita. Their lineage even predates the Order of the Deep, and their craft of extracting toxins from aquatic plants is a legacy passed down through generations. Word is, they select the new head of household by having candidates ingest each other's poisons and wait to see who's still breathing when it's all over. Stories about the current head of the Phasalias get even wilder. They say she didn't go through the usual selection process. Instead, she took the throne by poisoning her predecessor. Others say she's a master in the art of manipulation, drowning her victims in hallucinations until they agree to her terms without even realizing it. In any case, the Phasalia family aside, she's someone you definitely want to handle with care. If you're set on meeting her, I'd be extra careful if I were you.
The way she describes the head of Phasalia reminds me of how Cardathia spoke about the wandering figure by the barrier. Can't rule out the possibility that they're the same person. Looks like I'll need to pay her a visit.
Hello. I received Chacona's memo. I think the head of the Phasalias approached you when I was still in negotiations with her emissaries. Was it meant to be a diversion all along? They invited you and you alone. As a Montelli, I'm in no position to intervene. That being said, if the Phasalias try anything against you, I'll get you out. Even if it means storming through their front gates. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for more information and the person Cardathia mentioned to you. I'll call you as soon as I find anything.
Got it.
Now, if you'll please just follow me. One moment, please. I shall inform Milady of your arrival.
That won't be necessary. To keep our honored guest waiting would be most improper. Especially when it was I who extended the invitation. Cantarella Physalia, 36th matriarch of the Physalia family. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Honorable Laureate, the new crown of the Carnival. Very well. If you insist, I see no reason to refuse. You may also call me Cantarella. Now, shall we proceed to my study? Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as my way of apologizing for the incident with Gilberto. Members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. Every sorrow has its own way of fading, don't you think? You still hold a grudge? Won't you accept my apology?
This tea, is it from Jinzhou?
I invited you here to ask that you might serve as a mediator.
Before we get into that, there's something I want to know.
I imagine it concerns the Physalia family's true beliefs. It would seem Gilberto's mind is beyond saving. But let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of Raguna? So you've noticed something is amiss? As expected, from someone who's felt the weight of a Threnodian invasion firsthand. And what exactly do you find most unsettling?
Why haven't the Threnodian and the Sentinel ever shown themselves?
Because the Threnodians' invasion of Raguna has long since concluded. The Threnodian, so named Leviathan, possesses the power to merge and assimilate. It uses distorted beliefs to spread a spiritual plague that slowly devours civilizations from within. Though the previous two attempts were thwarted, the tall mast of the galleon that is Raguna has already been snapped in half. Now the blissfully ignorant masses walk hand in hand toward an abyss they cannot see. Friend or foe? As a newcomer to this land, can you really tell them apart? Yes. And no. On one hand, there's the truth of the Order's beliefs. On the other, there's our family. The Threnodian doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. We've always been under its whispers. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. Now that we've come this far, there's nothing for me to hide. My only hope is that once you learn everything, you will carefully consider my request. Come. The truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it.
Curious about that statue. It represents the
aroma from these plants. It's the same scent that was in the study.
This is it. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave, even if you want to. Just as I expected. The Threnodian took notice of you the moment you learned the truth. What you see in the sanctuary is the Sentinel in their true form. A majestic steed that galloped with the wind, not a creature of the ocean's depths. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity, a form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupted by the Threnodian. Although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade, who knows how much longer they can endure. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renacita, to save Imperator. In return, I will agree to whatever condition or request you make. understand the position you are in. Word has it that you're currently staying at a hotel and are at odds with the Order. Perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you for the remainder of your time in Renacita. I can offer you a glimpse into Renacita's past, and you'd be spared the Order's unwelcome attention.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The story it told was very similar to what you described, only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden who would emerge as the Sentinel's resonator and later save Renacita. Do you think that's also a lie?
Care to elaborate? The part regarding the maiden isn't entirely fiction. The Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. It's through resonance with a very particular artifact. That's because Imperator wields the power to split and manipulate space. With it, they can withdraw a portion of power. That power's frequency will match the Imperator's own. This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed with the very powers of the Sentinel, and the artifact used to select their resonator. To resonate with the sword is to resonate with the Sentinel. Only the Chosen One may hope to draw it.
Then what about Cardathea?
The martyred maiden. The nature of her resonance is unclear to me. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian, or perhaps with the Sentinel in its corrupted form. But choosing her could not have been the Sentinel's will. That's because the maiden was already dead. In the past, each year the Phasalia family would hold the Divine Trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would attempt to resonate with Turvin's powers. While overclocked, of course. Though none succeeded, some saw fragments of the truth hidden within the resonance. I was one of them. There was a moment where I glimpsed the Sentinel's corrupted form and the inverted ruins suspended in the sky. I also learned that only Turvin can break the barrier of that sonorosphere. When I awoke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed onto my hand. I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely why I'm searching for other possibilities. The words were, "The maiden is dead."
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. Her and Cardathea's descriptions bear many similarities. If Turvin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that neither are lying. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with Turvin. That's exactly what happened with Jinshi. Could Imperator be trying to restore their power through a second awakening? If that's the case, My permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
By all means. Rover, who are you really? The Sentinel's arbiter?
Well, I have some information and theories of my own. Care to hear them?
Please, enlighten me. I would never have imagined someone already considered a martyr could still be alive. What surprises me even more is the connection you have with the Sentinel. We Thessalians revere Imperator as our one true divinity. And yet, here you stand, the arbiter of the Sentinel. Would it be more fitting to address you as Master? Then, I present my request once more. Are you willing to help rescue our Sentinel and pull Renacita back from the brink of chaos? Turvin can only serve its purpose while in your hands. You should have it.
The only question now is how we reach Cardathia and Imperator's Sonaro Sphere.
We can discuss it on the way.
So you are the one that Cardathia sensed wandering outside the Sonaro Sphere.
A question that you already know the answer to. Why bother asking? Although being described as a jellyfish. There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Phasalia estate that leads directly to the Sonorosphere. The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lifts.
Are all these mechanisms really necessary?
Convenience isn't the only reason for having them. Some were specifically built in case an outsider decided to visit.
Why do the Thessalians have a cable car that leads directly to the Sonaro Sphere?
Before it became a Sonorosphere, it was a seminary known as the Avenolium. The martyred maiden once pursued her studies there. A superficial harmony needed to be maintained between the Phasaelius and the Order, and this underground cable car was intended to send scions of the family to school. The elevator is merely a later addition I had built for easy access. You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they meet. Our choices and our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh. And what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse? A mystic obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor. Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight, and rarely return to Renacita. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you, this is no jest. We Thessalians have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Thessalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual? Well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation. Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Thessalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet. We've reached the old seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the sonorosphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here. Strange. This area was clear of tacit discord in my last visit. And there's no tacit field nearby. Could they have come from the sonorosphere itself? See? Any whispers of silence. Feel the tide turn.
Didn't think there would be golf clubs here.
Interesting. I've never seen such little creatures before. Would you mind staring at them?
I'd better not ask what she plans to do with them.
The road ahead will not be an easy one.
What exactly happened here?
The second dark tide. It occurred right here at the Avenolium, the largest seminary ever built by the Order. It arrived on the very day the Blessed Maiden passed her trials and was crowned by the Order. A day when belief burned brighter than ever. And when the darkness came, none escaped. These days, what most people remember is the seminary disappearing into the sky. But in truth, the dark tide that should have spread across the inner city vanished from their view. Yet due to lack of records, the second dark tide slowly faded from memory. I was there when it all happened, still an ordinary member of the family, watching it unfold from a boat just outside the seminary. It wasn't until later, when I attempted to resonate with Turvin, that I gained a partial glimpse of the Sonorosphere's interior.
Sounds like someone inside the seminary did something to stop the spread.
Precisely. It could very well have been Cartathea's doing, but, as with the first time, there's also the chance it was the Sentinel who turned the tide. I can sense the conflict within you, the temptation to trust your maiden. But it's best to keep those thoughts to yourself for now. For the Threnodian knows where the heart is weakest, and it is there it strikes the hardest. Of course, it's never too late to place your trust when the evidence is clear. But now's not the time, is it? Luck does seem to favor you. The gateway into the Sonorosphere is just on the other side of this bridge. This is the furthest I've ever managed to venture. Judging from the bits of information the Sentinel gave me, Turvin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere. And who can wield the Sword of Divinity but a Blessed Maiden?
But you said you left yourself a message saying that the maiden was dead.
That's why I sought aid from the other Sentinels. It's a shame they all refused. Luckily, you've brought me a new hope.
Laureate, you have come. Greetings. I'm Cartathea, and you are?
Cantarella Physalia.
Physalia. It seems your ties with the Order are more complicated than they appear.
I had the privilege of watching the Blessed Maiden's performance at the Carnival once. I'm rather surprised. After all this time, you still look exactly as you did that day. But you and I should be around the same age.
I'm also unsure of what's happened to me. I've been searching for answers. This must be the Sword of Divinity. Turvin. The one with the Sentinel's powers sealed within.
You shouldn't have knowledge of this sword.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the Sonorosphere, granting me information about the sword's origins.
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with Turvin are granted glimpses of its knowledge.
Would you mind if I tried touching it? The question of whose resonator I am is now perfectly clear. If I am not the Sentinel's resonator, then that must mean...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. That doesn't prove you're the Threnodian's resonator, nor that you aid its cause.
Huh? This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Threnodian, the second Dark Tide, and the forming of this Sonorosphere.
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened that day. You really don't remember anything?
As you spoke, I remembered a few more things. There are two other swords. The Sword of Discord, Hognis, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. Yes. Did you see them too? Placing the three swords on their respective pedestals should break the seal over the main tower. But why would this information be revealed to me now? Is this the Threnodians' doing?
If we do nothing, we'll never get any answers. Instead of speculating, we should use the clues we've gathered so far.
Lady Maiden.
Please, Cartathea would suffice. I am but a fake after all.
I've waited for this moment. This chance to save the Sentinel. And my family. I will not turn back, even if this does turn out to be a trap. If the thought of the final answer troubles you, then I suggest you step aside. Rover and I will take care of this matter.
Okay guys, don't forget to smash those buttons. Catch you later.